Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Yes. So basically, this is the trade we got into yesterday. We're not. Ideally, everybody should be out of this trade now. I mean, if you got in with me, you should be out of this trade. The trade delivered about 43 pips, give or take about 40 pips. So let's see what we have. Let's see what the market has to accomplish today, has in store for us, as it were. Okay, so let's go through our various charts. You know we love the pound USD. Let's also look at Euro AUD. And then we are going to be considering USD CAD as well. USD CAD. First off, anyway, let's look at Forex Factory. Let's see if there's any news event. Obviously, it's Thursday, so I'm sure there'll be something there. I'll be having my camera on shortly, so bear with me. And USD CAD as well. We also want USD CAD. There we go. Okay. Right. As usual, patience is the name of the game. So let's patiently look for the best setups and go with those. Okay, so we'll be having a look. Let's see what we have in the news calendar. Let's see what we have in the news calendar. Okay, so today is Thursday the 15th. So today we have some USD related news. We have the core retail sales. And we have obviously the Empire State Manufacturing Index. Okay, that's going to be run about 1:30 UK time. I think that's about 8:30 US time, well, Eastern Standard or so. But that's fine. I would be looking to trade the news on my own today. There was the news on Monday, which I missed, and it moved like crazy. I think it was on Monday. So hopefully, we'll be hopefully would get some good trades. Now, I mean, so far today, anyhow, I mean, the market is yet to really pick up. The market is basically yet to pick up for me as I would want it. Let's just quickly go through some of the time frames. Okay, so that's the daily time frame. You can see, there's been a lot of rejection here lately. There was this one, so 1, 2, 3. I mean, ideally, you would have thought that either yesterday or the day before, the price would have gone down. But it shows there's some conviction on the part of the bulls, to keep USD Canadian dollar going up. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just see how many pips it's done for today. So far today, it's done only about 30. Ooh, it's not much, is it? Okay, so let's go to the lower time frames and see what we have there. I mean, really, I prefer trading pound USD, because it tends to give more pips, during the course of the day. So let's switch over to pound USD. Let's take that off. So I'll take this off now because I'll take that off. Because that setup is not valid anymore. We are out of that trade now. Okie dokie. Right here. So that's the daily time frame. The daily time frame on pound USD. I love to trade the DAX as well, by the way. I also love to trade the DAX and gold. DAX and gold. Right here. Now the moving averages I tend to use are the 10, and the 50. It is the SMA. I know a lot of people love to use the EMA, but I prefer to use the SMA. And of course, the 200. Okay, so let's go to the lower time frames. I mean, we're seeing what's going on here. This is more or less like a harami. That's the mother candle, and that's the the baby. So it's a harami inside a harami. And this one is a harami as well. Okay. So that means that trading, the way the harami is usually traded by a lot of traders, it means we will be waiting for the price to break maybe above here or below here. If you want to consider the wick as well, then you could do that. But let's go to the 15-minute time frame. That's where, for me, I make my decision to enter. So that's not the way I want it yet. It's not where I want it. Okay. Patience is the name of the game. Okay, so we've looked at that now. Let's now consider Euro Aussie dollar. Let's consider Euro Aussie dollar. Right. Okay. Right here. So we're not ready for this either. This one is not ready for us. So we basically need to wait for the setup to come into place. We have to wait for the price to line up the way we would want it to line up. I mean, if I'm going to be selling this one, preferably I would want the price to break above at least above here. Or below here. So for me, it's in a range. Let's see. Let's check the 5 minute. Yeah, it's in the range, guys. So you can see on the 5 minute. I mean, it's obvious on the 15. That's the highest it's gone lately. That's the lowest. It's even more obvious on the 5 minute time frame. That's the lowest it's gone lately, and that's the highest. So we'll wait for price to break above or below, to decide what to do with that one. Let's go to the 5 minute time frame on this one. Okay. And that's what we are seeing. Okay, this one is breaking out of, seems to want to break out, which is a good thing. Seems to want to break out. Now for this one, So it seems like he wants to break out of here. So that should be good. So it's the pound USD is what we are going to be watching closely now. Not so much the USD CAD. The USD CAD, let's see USD CAD. USD CAD. That's where we are going to be watching. Let's okay, USD CAD as well. Okay, I mean the USD pairs are beginning to move now, which is fine. The USD pairs are beginning to move, which is fine by me. So we have to now decide which one is going to be best to get into, because you do not really want to you do not want to trade two USD pairs really, because if something goes wrong with the USD, then it means that you could be doubling your risk. So that's pound, that's USD CAD, and that is pound USD. So let's decide. I mean, so is this going to close out? Is it going to be a false break? Is it going to come back in? That's go down. This one doesn't seem to be a false break. So this one is looking juicy. But really I would want, I'll be looking for at least, I'll be looking to get a 15 pip. I'll prefer a 15 pip move. At least, I want us to get at least 15 pips from any move today, or else, we're going to be scalping. I don't want to be scalping today, really. At least not on this live, not on the live. I don't want to be scalping here this morning. Okay. I mean, if we're to enter here now, really, we'll have to place our stop loss above here, which is like 20 pips. So at least 1-to-1, which might be a bit of a tricky one. So I would leave that for now and wait to see what else we could find. I mean, really what I would prefer is if this would pull back for us. If this pulls back close to, if it pulls back close to here, then I would jump in. Then at least we know we'll be targeting, from here to here, which is like, which is almost 20 pips, but I won't take it the way it is. I won't be taking this now. I would prefer I'll prefer this to go back close to here and then take it down to here. That's what I'll prefer on this one. Okay, this one seems like a fake out. Euro. This is Euro AUD. Euro AUD. So this one is in the range as well. So I won't be interested in this one just yet. You know what? Let's look for, maybe we should also consider okay. I'm waiting for, I'm checking the DAX. For those of you who trade the DAX, let's pull it up. Let's pull up the DAX. DAX is otherwise known as DE, D for Delta, DE 40, or G for Go, GE 40. Okay, this one is looking interesting. Let's check the daily. Okay. Okie dokie. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So I'll tell you what we'll do. The DAX seems to be ready, almost ready. So what I'll be doing with this one is basically, I think this is the one we're going to be taking for a buy. I'm not in yet, so don't, oops. Don't get in yet. I'm not in yet. I'm not in that trade yet. You know, I don't quite like this. I don't quite like this this wick here, but I like the way it's pushed up. I like the way it's pushed up there. I mean, it's just in my range. It's just where I usually would want it. It's just there where I would want it. That for me is usually the range. So as you can see here, you know, like from here, pretty much this area has been ranging, you know, so I would want to buy if it breaks out of that range to the upside. So guys, I'm not in yet, so I'll just keep watching that. How about the USD CAD? So we want the USD CAD to come back up here for us. If it comes back up here, rejects there, then we would jump in. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at on the, for this one. That's what we're looking for. Pound USD, pound USD. Now with the pound USD, we would also want it to go up and come down, at least on the 5-minute time. Let's check the 15. Yeah, I mean, on the 5-minute time frame, I would want it to go up, come back down, like we did before. I would want it to do that, and then take off. That's if I'm to buy. So that's the way I'm looking at pound USD. But this is the most appealing to me at the moment, the DAX. Preferably I want this 15-minute candle to close outside of this range, outside of this, above this yellow line. Let's check the 5-minute. Yeah, that's what I would want. That's what I would want. So this is the one we're waiting for now. That's the one we are waiting for. I mean, otherwise, if we're to get in this trade now, it would be a case of placing the stop loss somewhere around here, about 20 pips. Can we get 20 pips from that? I'm trying not to be aggressive today, guys. I'm trying not to be an aggressive trader today. Trying not to be aggressive. It's the waiting game. But if this was to come back here and it begins to push up, then we would know that it's rejected, or rather it's found some sort of support. So that's basically what we are looking at. Boom, 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 boom. Choo-boo-doo-boo, boom. Do, 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 do. Now, it might not come this far. It might reject off here, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, okay, this baby is not it's not doing what we want. That's the DAX. That's fine. That's fine. We basically wait for it to get to where we want it first before we jump in. Yeah, I mean, Euro, Aussie dollar is not even doing anything that we want. It's within that range. So the one we're watching include the USD CAD. We want it to push up and before coming back down, if it's going to go down. Pound USD, wanted to come down and then go up. The DAX wanted to basically break above here. We want the candle to close above there before we jump in. So let's wait. I don't mind waiting. Don't mind waiting. Don't mind waiting. Right here. I mean, the way you win in trading is to basically wait for the best setups. Wait for the price to set up for you the way you want it. I mean, like I always say, you have to have, specific areas or price that you're watching. You have to have a zone where you want the price to get to before jumping in a trade. Otherwise, you're just gambling. You're just guessing. Oh, well, you see this, it's going past. Well, I mean, the candle is not closed. you know, if the price is not where you want it, then you are basically just guessing. It's not a game that gamblers would win on the long run. I want the candlesticks to definitely break out of where I want them to break out of. In this case, break out above this yellow line for a buy and below this for a sell. That's the DAX. For this one, I want it to begin to push its way up. That's pound USD. And then the CAD, if it comes close enough, it doesn't have to exactly get here. If it comes close enough and it begins to drop again, then I would jump in for a sell. Because I really, even if it comes close to here, I know the stop loss would be like 20 pips or so. A one-to-one. A one-to-one is good for this strategy. One-to-one risk reward. Hi, good morning, Suleiman. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we haven't taken any trades yet. We're just waiting for the price to get to where we want it before we jump in. Right, yo. Whoa, this is dropping back in that territory. This is where we do not want it to be really. We can't trade here. Okay, so let's check this again. Yeah, so they've all come back. So this is the DAX, it's come back into the range where I don't want to trade. Pound USD come back into the range. USD CAD is outside the range, but I wanted to pull back as close to this yellow line as possible, before selling. That's the way we want it. That's the way we want it. That's the way we want it. Like I always say, I mean, I'm a day trader these days. I'm predominantly a day trader these days. So which basically means, I could trade either direction. I could buy, I could sell. You know, it doesn't have to be going with the overall trend of the pair. You know, if that basically means that sometimes I could be going for just a few pips, 15, 20, up to 35 pips, and I'm out of the trade. So that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Okay, is this trying to push back out? Now, the good thing is for the last, today is Wednesday. Sorry, today is Thursday. You know, we had a winning trade. We had a winning day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and today is Thursday. So the last 2 days have been winning days. We've had 3 wins so far, which is good. You know, it's all documented in our Telegram group. So do feel free to join our Telegram group, guys, if you are not part of it already. Let me just post the let me post the link to our Telegram group in there. If you're not part of it, I mean, it's going to be below this video anyway. You know, but that's the link to our Telegram group. That's the link to the Telegram group. Patient, ooh, okay. Is this baby coming out again? That'll be good. If it closes outside of this, I mean, this candle is where I should have entered, where I would have loved to enter, except that it closed just on that line. And I didn't quite like this little rejection at the top there. You know, so that's why I am waiting. Let's go back. Let's go to the 5 minute. Yeah, so that's why I'm waiting for this candle at least to close above. And I'll be thinking of jumping in for a buy. It has to close above that. It has to close above that. So good morning, guys, wherever you're trading from. Good morning, good morning. Now this is the pair, or well, this is the asset I'm really liking at the moment. It seems to be giving us the best setup so far. The DAX. Now, if it is the case that your broker does not, because some brokers don't, don't allow you trade, indices, on the cheap. You can't quite trade them with 0.01 and all that. You can't trade them with micro lots. If you want a broker that allows you trade indices and metals, using micro lots, then, check the link below. I've got, I do have some brokers or I do use some brokers that allow you to trade them for cheap. You know, the link below is there. Come on, come on, come on, push up, push up, push up. Now this is this is the DAX, by the way. That's the DAX. If this candle closes up here, then I'll be looking to jump in. So we see that powerful candle, and we're coming close to the end of the hour. This 1 hour candle, you can see how huge it is compared to the others. That speaks for something. That counts for something. So we're waiting patiently. Patience is the name of the game. Now, I mean, the thing is, you know, like I say, you know, we've had 2 consecutive winning days, you know, and, you know, each time we had to wait. You know, we don't just, you know, join the live session and boom, take the first trade that looks interesting. We basically have to wait patiently for, you know, a good setup. You know, for me, really, you know, I always say that I usually would take a trade. I usually will get into a trade when it's a perfect or near perfect setup. If it's perfect or near perfect, I would jump in. You know, but if I don't see something as interesting, nothing is going to make me go in. You know, really, I always want to be able to get into a trade where I can take at least 2 positions, you know, whereby, you know, if it's a TP1, TP2 kind of scenario, I know the first trade, the first position will close out at TP1. You know, I will set it to close at TP1, and the other one, you know, hopefully target TP2. Now, even if it doesn't get a TP2, then fine. But at least I know the first one closed out at TP1, or I could even decide to close both trades at TP1, you know, and just you know, ignore TP2. You know, so what gives me the confidence to do that is when, in my own opinion, going with my own, you know, the various criteria for entry, you know, it's a perfect or a near perfect setup. Now, this one is looking juicy. This one is looking juicy. So we got 4 minutes to the close of this candle. We got 4 minutes. I mean, just to take note anyway, just to take note, guys. just to take note. I mean, if this closes below this line again, then obviously it means it's most likely then going to go down. I mean, if you have all these rejections to the top, that's one of the things to consider in trading when it comes to price action. Now, like I always say, never mind you seeing indicators, various indicators on my chart sometimes, like you do have. Okay, I don't have any indicator here today. I mean, you will sometimes see moving averages on my chart. They are indicators after all. Basically, it's best to understand price action. One of the price action strategies you should know is, when there are a couple of rejections at a level, or if you like multiple rejections, it means the price is most likely going to go the opposite direction. But obviously, you have to combine a number of things together to make your decision. To arrive at your decision, there has to be, at least, well, most of the time anyway, there has to be a confluence of factors that's basically more than one reasons why you are taking the step you are taking. So this one is not looking that brilliant unless it pushes up here and closes above in the next 2 minutes. Oh, okay. This is what we were looking for. We're looking for pound USD to come to this area or even below it like it did, and it's pushing up. So we would also wait for this one. So the two are looking good. So I have 4 pairs there today. 2 of them are looking brilliant or juicy enough. This is pound CAD. Sorry, this is pound USD. Okay, nice, nice. If we take the trade on pound USD, we'll be looking at least 30 pip. 30 pips stop loss. 30 pips stop loss. I don't really want to entertain a huge stop loss today, guys. No way. Okay, so the candle is closed. Let's go, let's check the best of the two. Now you see, for the DAX, the candle closed above there again. So we will not be taking this one just yet. It means we have to wait for at least another 15 minutes on this one. But on pound USD, if we're to jump in here, if we're to jump in here, a 20 pip stop loss. Let me see. Let's see if we can. We have to be able to get a risk reward of at least 1-to-1. Otherwise, it's pointless, guys. Okay, I mean, pound USD seems like the one that is looking good for us. Let's let's just have some final confirmation, guys. We don't just want to jump in. We don't just want to jump in. Yeah, at least 30 pips or so. You know, at least better than a 1-to-1. Sorry, well, 1.5 R on this one. 1.5 R on this one. Okay. Okay, so I'm buying the pound USD now. I'm buying pound USD. Let's see. I mean, hopefully it will give us our profit before it's time for US news. So I've just bought the pound USD. So I'm entering here. Let's take this off. That's where I'm getting in. So that's my trade for pound USD. It's a 1.75 R, which means you are risking one, you're risking one for 1.75. So that's pound USD. Let's so I trust you can see it's pound USD there. You know what, let's take that off because it's not looking too clear. Pound USD. So you can see it's good we didn't enter this one. This one is struggling to break above. Struggling to break above. So let's see how this goes. I mean, I trust you understand the way I trade. This is going to be like TP1. Let's see how many pips that is. Let's have a closer look. TP1. TP1. TP1 is about 20 pips. And, TP2, it's about 48 pips. So depending on your spread, your broker spread, hopefully you should be good. Now, the way I trade, guys, is when I hit TP1, if I have two entries, let me do this. So basically the way I trade, I would usually get into two positions. When the price gets to TP1, one of the positions would close out automatically and we will target, I'll let the other one run for TP2. I can then at some point close out the other trade, on my own. I could then close it out manually. Otherwise, if I have 2 positions or more, I could decide to close all positions by the time it gets to TP1. So that's basically how I trade. And when the price has gotten to TP1 and some of your positions close, you then want to move your stop loss on the other trade or trades to break even. So if we got in here and the price has now got in here, reached up here, you want to then move your stop loss to break even. So you then cannot lose that trade. So that's the way I do it. This, in my opinion, pound USD is the better one so far today. That, in my opinion, is the better trade so far today. Okay, so we'll basically let things play out with this one. We've had 2 winning days, and this one is struggling to close above there. Except that I wanted, I thought this was a better option. What I could have done on this one is just to sell. I could have sold here, because like I was saying a while ago, if he rejects 3 times, if he rejects a price level or price point 3 times, it's most likely going to drop. So don't be surprised if this drops. That's some nuggets there, that would help your trading. This is USD CAD. We are wanting it to push close enough here before going down. And Euro AUD is still here within the range. You can see it's been bouncing off that high. If it breaks, then we'll be looking to go in. But this is the one we are in at the moment, pound USD. Let me post this in my signals group. Let's post that in the signals group. Right here. Now, the thing is, like I always say in my Telegram group, we don't win every trade. And obviously, I'm sure no trader wins every trade. So if you're following signal providers, know that nobody wins every trade. But for us, even though we don't win every trade, we win a lot. It's a high winning strategy, high probability winning strategy. And that's the way it goes. And what I tend to do with my strategy, at least with the strategy I'm trading today, I have a couple of strategies, but with the strategy I tend to trade, as it relates to giving out signals, you know, if I say this is the stop loss area, you can basically enter the trade even if the price pulls back. It's only when it hits, the price gets to the stop, the end of the, well, it gets to the stop loss, that is stop loss. This is the stop loss zone. Looking at the position box here, this red bit is the stop loss zone. You know, this obviously is the stop loss, the bottom of it. If it, once it gets there, then don't take any trade. But even if it pulls back to here, you are still okay to, you are still good to go. That might even be a better entry than, you know, those who took the trade here. But as you can see here, this is a stop loss of about 28 pips, about 28 pips. You know, you can basically, what you would then have to do is, regardless of where you enter, have 28 pips in mind. So even if you were to enter the trade here, you know, have it in mind that your stop loss would be 28 pips from here, the entry, to wherever you have 28 pips. So ideally, this should be a good trade. You know, so what I'll do is I'll basically carry on, you know, I'll leave it. Oh, look at that. So you can see, guys, why it's important to have, you know, an understanding of price action. You know, after these 3 rejections, 1, 2, 3, I easily could have placed a sell it order here and placed the stop loss above there. And you can see I could have captured all these pips, and I'm sure it's going to keep on dropping till it gets here. But hey, I only want to take, you know, just the one trade this morning, and I thought this would be the best one. Well, hopefully it plays out to be the best one. But that's the way we trade. Okay, guys, I wouldn't stay long. We've gotten our trade, and, you know, I would send the rest of the signals to the VIPs, you know, later on this morning or in the afternoon, you know, but we've got our trade this morning, and I think we are good. And I'm sure you've gotten some tips as well. I believe you've gotten some tips. Now, give me a like, guys. Strike the like button there. If you have hit like already, don't hit it again. If you hit it twice, you are unliking it. Don't do that to me. Okay, guys, have a nice morning, and hopefully a profitable day. Now, tomorrow is Friday. I won't be trading live tomorrow. I'll be trading on my own. You know, I'll most likely post some signals or some tips in the VIP lounge, you know, but I'm not doing a live tomorrow. So we're back next week, you know, hopefully, you know, Tuesday. It might be Monday, but I'll let you know. So have a profitable day. God bless.